Hi, this is Vlad again. So this time we're going to do a slightly different demo. So the demo is going to be for a regular data change request execution from JIRA, but this time we will do a controlled failure of a DCR by uploading a script that will fail. We know that in advance because the statement will create the failure. But let's start from the beginning. So, a developer or some other team, business user will submit a request to run a data change request. So, let's say DCR so and so. The database will be, let's say, dev. And of course, for each user, the list of the databases will be different from. So for developer it's going to be only dev. For higher privileged users it will be more choices, and production will be available no one but to the DBAs themselves. All right, so we entered the description of DCR. We entered which environment is supposed to run in. Next we enter who is it approved by. So this will be the manager who's supposed to approve this. So as soon as you choose the approver, that person gets an email asking, hey, this user opened this request for a script to be run in a development database. Do you approve? So the approver either will reply to an email with the words approved, or he or she will be able to go to JIRA board and simply click and say, hey, yes, I approve it. So next, the assignee will be either a person, so this is a person, or this is a person, or it can be the automation module. So if it's assigned to a person, basically the email will be sent to this person saying, yes, there is a new DCR that shows up on your to-do board in a JIRA board. So please start working on that. So the person will simply move it to in progress, then attach the script, and they will connect to the database. They will run it. So it might take them an hour in the best case scenario, or if there's something that's production related or more pressing issues, it will take them a day or two before they basically get to the script run. But if it's assigned not to a person, but to an automation API, automation module, what happens, basically the execution starts immediately. So the last one is basically the date. So if the date is today, it will be run immediately. If you assign a date for next week, it will be run on the midnight. It will start running on the midnight of that day. The control unit, automation unit, which is on the left side, it polls JIRA every 60 seconds, and whenever the date arrives, it starts on midnight, and if it polls JIRA and it says, yes, the due date is today, which is May 22, so it will start running the DCR. All right, so once we've chosen all of the entries, the user basically attaches the script. So the script could be one, could be many. It doesn't really matter. So let's attach one script, but this script is called controlled failure. How do we know it's a controlled failure? So let's take a look at it. So it says alter session, set container database. So this database, Oracle database, is not container. It's not. There's no basically pluggable databases. So even that doesn't fail. This statement will, which is delete insert into such a so and so table. Of course, you cannot delete an insert within one statement. So therefore, it will fail for sure. So we click submit, and the request goes to the DBA. Now, as a developer or business user, if I basically send this to the JIRA board, so it will be, first of all, I can only submit it, which isn't to do. For me as a developer or business user. I cannot actually execute it. What happens if I'll try to execute it? So let me attempt to do that. It will simply tell me I don't have the privileges. So the task is for me to put it from to do into in progress, and it says you can't move this because I'm a developer. I can only request, and automation only runs DCR if it's basically if four conditions are met. If it has a valid approval, which is this, then it's in progress state on the JIRA board, which I cannot put it as a developer in progress. I can only request it. So next, the task assigned to automation API as opposed to a living person, and the due date is today. Anyway, so we've created a service request. So let's see, and we attached a script that will fail, and we know that by basically, here's the controlled failure. Once again, let's take a look at it. Here we go. So it says container database. So this will create an error saying this is not a container database and it will fail, but we'll attach it. So what we expect to happen is as soon as we as a DBA move it to in progress, which as a developer we cannot do, the due date is today. It will be in progress, assigned to AA, which is automation API, and it has a valid approval. It will start running. So let's do that as DBA user. So this is a view for a DBA. So we can see, alright, so here's the script. And as DBA, we can move it to in progress because we do have such privileges. And it will run. So what we expect to happen is for the control module, control node for automation is to poll the JIRA, find out that it's an assigned to automation, due date is today, it has valid attachment, and it has been approved, and without any DBA intervention it will run, and then it's two things supposed to happen. Since this is a DCR that contains a failure, it will not be moved into done because it will fail. It will go to failed. In addition, automation will open an overflow task for DBA to investigate while it fails. So the business logic is like this. So you see here there are 1000 DCR tasks. If automation is to execute 1000 normal tasks and they basically one of them fails, what's going to happen, that particular 1 out of 1000 DCRs will create a ticket for DBA to investigate. So we'll do just that. Alright, so this is this basically task that runs from control node every 60 seconds from cron. So it starts, and now this will go over here, and there will be an overflow ticket opening over here. So you see it's still running. You see it has been created, and the failed shows up over here. So let's take a look. See, it says failed, and overflow is right here. So it took automation, let's see how long, 13 seconds, well, almost 14 seconds. That is how automated failure detection and investigation is working in JIRA automation. Thank you. Sorry about the dog.